You own a restaurant or you have a restaurant kitchen available to you. And of course, right now in the middle of this coronavirus situation, you don't have a lot of customers. So you're trying to figure out how to make extra money and create a food product. So can you use your commercial kitchen to create your food product? I'm going to dive into that question right now. This is Damian, and I hope you are having a great day and are staying safe, of course, in the middle of all of this craziness that is going on. But I have a lot of questions, and I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. I have been overwhelmed with the amount of work that we have on our other businesses that has taken me away from creating videos. But I wanted to dive into this question, and it was actually from Evan, and I appreciate it. Thank you. He's from Colorado. And this question is actually a great one right now, this very moment. There are a lot of restaurants, obviously, who do not have the dine-in area available to customers and may not be set up or suitable for people to drive up and get food. So it's making them a really challenge to make bills and make ends meet, of course, and generate revenue when your restaurant is closed. But can you use that space to create a food product and start selling it either in retail or online? I would prefer you to go online with it and not in retail stores, and I'll dive into that a little bit later in the video. But yes, to answer your question, he says that he actually owns the restaurant. Him and a friend of his obviously have a restaurant, so they have a commercially licensed kitchen. Can they use that to create a food product, a packaged food product, and sell it? The answer is yes, you can. But here's a couple things you need to double check from local ordinances and local regulations. Every state, of course, offers guidelines and laws and regulations in regards to having restaurants, right? Okay, we all know that. So if you've got yourself a commercial kitchen and you're licensed and you're inspected probably by the health department, I would imagine, within your state, or the Department of Agriculture, one of the two agencies will probably be inspecting you. Those agencies would be the ones you want to contact to follow up with to make sure that in your city, you're allowed to do that, because every city and county also has additional ordinances and regulations about creating a packaged food product. But 99.99% of the time, if you, since you do, already have a commercial kitchen, you can tap into that. If you're not obviously open and your restaurant is just sitting there and you're losing money, which I can understand is a hugely challenging thing. All of us in the food industry are in the same boat. But the beautiful thing is, don't focus on your local retail location right now, at least. Focus on creating your product, getting it labeled properly and making sure that it's up and running and that you can fulfill orders, and get it online, okay? If you want to be on Amazon, you can do that. If you want to be on eBay, at least you can do that if you don't have a website. If you do have a website, that is great, but getting traffic to your website when nobody knows you is a huge challenge. I know that from experience. So to answer your question is yes, you can use that commercial kitchen to create a food product. Why? Because most of the time, if you did not have a commercial kitchen, you would actually have to rent one in order to produce a retail-ready food product. So make sure, though, follow up that you may or may not have to have any other type of permit or a license in addition to what you already have for your restaurant, okay? Because when you begin to manufacture food, that is a different type of food business compared to a restaurant, okay? So make sure you follow up with that. Outside of that, you should have everything you've already need to create your product. And in particular, Evan was asking about hot sauce. So yes, if you've got an idea for a hot sauce and you want to create that and utilize the space, which potentially is just sitting there, yes, you can do that, okay? The other thing you want to make sure is your type of insurance policy. The business insurance policy you have for your restaurant, ensure that you have coverage for food product production. So if you sell a product and it leaves your premises, you begin to sell it and ship it out into retail stores, there may be a slight tweak or variation in the insurance that you'll need to do that. Okay. Really quick, also, Evan, specifically, if you have not checked it out, I have a video about co-packers. There are companies that if you have a recipe and you don't want to tap into your restaurant, maybe as we begin to reopen restaurants, excuse me, reopen restaurants, and you have customers coming through the front door and your kitchen is tied up, there are companies that can co-pack and private label your hot sauce for you, okay? I actually have a video. Check it out within my channel. Just type in hot sauce, private label hot sauce, and that video will pop up. And that's going to explain to you how there are companies who can simply package it and do it and label it and get it all set for you, okay? That way you don't have to necessarily be doing it, and you simply just handle the logistics of once it's made, shipping it out to retail stores or wherever it may be that you want to ship. Now, in the opening of the video, I talked about either in retail or online. I'm going to explain to you right now, one of the most valuable assets and ways to sell food products is going to be online, mainly on Amazon, on eBay. You could even open a store on Etsy and have your own website. If you have all four of those, even better. That's how we operate our business, of course, through those multiple channels. Don't limit yourself to one singular outlet and expect to make sales. Now, if you guys have a restaurant, or if you have a restaurant and you have a product like a hot sauce or maybe a spice rub or some type of a product that you can create from your restaurant that's maybe your own recipe, you want to get it online, okay? Right now, I read an article about 2 days ago in regards to online food sales. Over the next 6 months, globally, it's going to increase over 30 to 40%, which is astronomical. Keep in mind what's happening, of course, unfortunately, the situation that's going down right now. So many people are actually buying food products online because locally, either their stores don't have it or they're looking for a variety of products that they can't find locally. That is only going to rise and rise and rise and rise, okay? So having your product online is of the utmost importance if you want to continue to be in the food business. And it's going to be huge because more people are ordering stuff online and having it simply shipped to their house. So I hope that answers your question, Evan, and thank you again for asking that. And again, this really goes for anyone or everyone who has any type of a retail location that has a food establishment. You can definitely look into creating some food products and selling it and shipping it from your restaurant. Again, just double check to make sure there's not any additional permits that you need. So I'll see you guys on the next video, and thank you as always for your questions. I'm trying to get to them as quick as possible. I'll see you again.